Robert Pauline here with the word on racial equality and justice. In these past several weeks, we've seen some crazy things. On my bike, racing for racial justice, I'm doing 25 miles in a worldwide or nationwide race. It's a total of 1,000,000 miles. While I was riding, I thought, if we all were watching a race and another racer stuck his leg out and kicked another cyclist off of his bike, and that cyclist fell to the ground and died, what would we do? Would we blame the cyclist who fell because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, that he wasn't paying attention, that maybe he was doping, or that there was some sort of a character flaw in that racer who got kicked off and died? When we blame victims, or when we say all lives matter, we're talking about that guy's life who was fallen, who was wronged, who fell, who died. Of course, all lives matter. None of the Black Lives Matter people disagree with that. But in this moment, we're talking about the racers. To say all lives matter would be saying like you're cheering for the guy on the motorcycle in the bicycle race. We're there to cheer for the cyclists. We're there to acknowledge their hard work. They don't need our help. They don't need a push. They don't need anything other than for us to get out of their way and let them do their thing. And when somebody gets kicked off, we need to stand up for that person and protect all riders, protect all people by using our voices and our God-given conscience that tells us what's right and what's wrong. If we're so loud in our thoughts, beliefs, biases, blind spots, and we can't even tap into that basic human ability to say what's right and what's wrong, we need to really stop and re-examine, which is partly what I'm doing, because a year ago I was saying things like all lives matter. I didn't understand, but my heart was broken when I saw what I saw recently with George Floyd, and while I have way more friends that are police and law enforcement than I do that are Black, that spark of divine inside of me informs me what's right and what's wrong. Just because I'm worried about offending a police officer friend, I'm no longer going to stop acknowledging that there's a problem and that we can do something about it by simply raising our own self-conscience, raising our own awareness, and being more capable of saying what's right and what's wrong. So those are my thoughts after this final 25 miles for racial justice, and I hope that you have some time to ponder and reflect on what your thoughts and biases and beliefs are. I think that's one of the most simple things that we can do, and probably one of the most impactful things that we can do as a people.